Did you know the Dragon Boat Festival didn't become a public holiday in China until 2008? This holiday is celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th month according to the Chinese lunar calendar. A popular food associated to this holiday is sticky rice dumplings, aka Zongzi. It's basically sticky rice with a choice of meat and sides wrapped with bamboo or lotus leaves. This year, it falls on June 14th, so today I'm going to make homemade zongzi. 2 cups of glutinous rice along with 4 cups of water for a quick 2-hour soak to help break down the grain. Also, soak 10 dried shiitake mushrooms in a bowl with 4 cups of water to get the mushrooms soft. Next, chop 1 tablespoon of ginger into thin slices. 2 medium stalks of scallion. Lightly smash the bottom with your knife and chop into pieces. For meat, I'm going to use 1 pound of boneless and skinless dark chicken meat or thigh. This meat is fatter, but it's less dry and more tender. As you can see, it does have lots of fat, so remove as much as you can. Slice them into 1-inch thick strips. Divide those strips into smaller chunks. Afterwards, transfer meat into a large bowl for seasoning. Freshly sliced ginger and scallion. 1 teaspoon of Shaoxing wine. Half tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. 1/3 teaspoon of dark soy sauce. 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. 1/8 teaspoon of sugar. 1/8 teaspoon of brown sugar. 1/8 teaspoon of white peppercorn powder. 1/2 teaspoon of oyster sauce or Hoisin sauce. Hoisin gives you a sweet and salty flavor, while oyster is salty and fishy and less sweet. 1/16 teaspoon of sesame oil. 1/8 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spices or 五香粉, and half teaspoon of cornstarch. Give it a gentle mix, add the lid, and place in a refrigerator to marinate. Let me introduce you to my golden doodle named Zoe. She's 4 years old, loves to play, take walks, eat, and sleep. She gets a treat every time she does a trick or follows a command. She's a happy camper when I cook in the kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for more recipes like this. My Asian market does not carry fresh bamboo leaves, so I will be using the dry ones. When I was wrapping the rice dumplings, I noticed that doubling bamboo leaves makes it easier to wrap, so if you want to do the same. This recipe calls for 16 leaves. You might want to double it if you want to use 2 leaves per dumpling. Because these are dry, it is rough and unfoldable. I will boil it in water to make it soft. You want to boil water in a large pot or wok, since these are bigger than normal bamboo leaves. Okay, now, toss it in when water boils. As you can see, my 14-inch wok isn't big enough. Boil for 3 to 5 minutes. Use a pair of chopsticks to move it back and forth frequently, so both ends are soaked. When you are done, move the leaves into a larger bowl. Wash with water. Then, place it on paper towel. Squeeze water out of the shiitake mushrooms. Divide larger ones into halves. The rice should be ready now. Pour soaked rice into a colander to drain. After it drains, put it back into the bowl to be flavored. 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of white peppercorn powder, 1/4 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spices, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, and 1/2 teaspoon of dark soy sauce. Mix well and ready to cook. Heat wok on high. For the aromatics, add 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of Sichuan peppercorn, 2 star anise, 2 small cinnamon sticks, freshly sliced ginger and scallion. Fry ingredients until it's golden. When it does, use a strainer to remove ingredients. And toss in the rice. Cook rice for 2 to 3 minutes. Stir in between. Once you notice rice begins to stick to each other or change color, remove rice from the wok and set it aside to cool. With the same unwashed wok, toss in the chicken. Do not cook it all the way. 3/4 of way cooked is ideal. Once that's done, take it out and let it cool. Now that everything has been prepared, let's wrap some rice dumplings. This next part is going to be difficult. But don't worry if your dumplings did not come out the way you wanted. What matters is how it tastes. Before we start, boil a pot of water on the side. Once you have everything else set, take 1 bamboo leaf. Use a pair of scissors, cut an inch off from the bottom. Hold the leaf in your less dominant hand, between your thumb and index finger. Using your dominant hand, you want to fold it back towards you. Then, flip the folded leaves upward to align with the other side to create a triangle for fillings. Now, fill your leaf with rice. Make an indent to fit 1 or 2 chicken chunks and 1 mushroom per dumpling. When you are done, add a layer of rice on top. Use a spoon to push everything down. Tighten the rice, mushroom, and chicken. Makes it a lot easier to wrap. When you are done, fold top over the sticky rice. Then, wrap it around however you like. Though, make sure the top 2 corners are secured. Otherwise, rice will fall. Holding the leaf's tip, place your string on top. Leave a few inches behind to tie a knot at the end. Wrap strings around the dumplings. My strings are thin, so I need to wrap many times around to make sure everything is secured in place. Once you are done wrapping, tie a knot. Make sure you still have a foot of strings left. You'll need it at the end. After several dumplings, I came to the realization that 1 bamboo leaf is too delicate. The bottom keeps breaking. So my suggestion is to use 2 leaves per dumpling. Makes wrapping and folding a lot easier. When you are done, tie up all the strings into 1 big knot. Gently toss rice dumplings into the boiling water. Lower heat to level 5 and let it simmer for an hour and a half. So it's been an hour and a half. Let's take a look. That looks ready. That layer on top, it's just a layer of fat. No need to worry. These rice dumplings are heavy. Use a strainer to take them out. Place it on a plate or bowl to let it cool. And with that, you got yourself homemade sticky rice dumplings. Zongzi. Thanks for watching as always. I wish everyone a happy, healthy holiday. And I hope you give this recipe a try.